Interview with Editor-in-Chief of Rapzilla.
Mira.
Christian music group offers digital fan tokens.
Huh?
New device puts music in your head without headphones?
Get out of here.
A lesson from Chance the Rapper. But more importantly, you gotta like cue me up for that. But more importantly,
I know.
Dwayne Johnson wants more money than Vin Diesel for Hobbs and Shaw too?
Que bochinche.
Buckle up.
Battle to the death, fighting till I take my last breath. Till there's nothing left, till this flesh, till this past tense. Got up on the fence, henceforth this intense. I was lost, now a friend, now a force with the pen for the Lord.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Marrio Esco Live. I am your host, Marrio Esco, and alongside me is my good friend, co-host, Gil Vargas.
Mira, ¿qué te pasa?
That's what you got, brother?
That's what I got, bro.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. What up?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that the
right,
normal? My bad.
We do have a special guest I'll
with
introduce in a few. Let me get the hand claps going here. Hold on one second, I'm my own producer, so.
Ooh, is that your Spanish word for producer?
Shout out to our listeners. GH3 Radio, 520 Radio, God's Music Radio. I don't know why I'm holding this mic. I'm like,
No, it
why
makes
am I
sense.
holding this mic?
It makes sense. Because it has a stand when you're holding it.
SCM Radio. It's like, my mind is like, I don't know. Redeem Project Radio. What up, YouTube? Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, The Unashamed Network, Godify, our podcasters, Spotify, Apple, Google, Podbean. I thought I had it. I almost had it that time, all right?
Here it comes.
Go check out d2lproductions.com. Subscribe to our YouTube. Hit that bell down below somewhere here. I don't know.
Somewhere around here. Don't you have the thing?
Join our email list.
Don't you have that?
Check out our hotline, 774-243-0385. Give us a call. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Check out Me Live Picks on Spotify. We update them weekly. And if I don't, hold me accountable. There you go. Simple as that.
You better.
Podcasters, leave a review, please, wherever you're listening to the podcast. That helps us get more traction in the algorithm world, I guess. I don't know. That's what they say.
Is that traction?
That's what they say.
Is that what it is?
Our special guest right now is like, everything wrong in the book. What are these guys? No wonder why. That's why we need you. Yeah. Recap last episode.
That's exactly what we did.
Episode 125, Low Key Flav. We had CHH artist, host of Res Nation Resurrection, join us to talk ministering with art and why he considered himself to be a walking miracle. Dope testimony. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Really encouraged by that brother, man. Let me more hand claps for that. And we had Bryson Gray on.
Good.
Last minute, just surprise. I reached out to brother. He said, "Yeah, I'm down." He came on, kind of shared a little bit about the whole diss track and his old, that whole thing.
His beef.
If any of that interests you,
his beef.
Go
with
check it out.
Highly beefed artist of the world. Look right.
Yo, let's get these hand claps going again, man. Let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go.
Really excited about this. Editor-in-Chief of Rapzilla, biggest Christian hip-hop website out. Co-owner of New H2O. You might know him as host of Survival of the Artist. If you haven't heard that, please go check it out. Also host of Community During Chaos, respected journalist in the genre and community of Christian hip-hop. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Sarachik is in the building. Brother, it's an honor to have you on, bro. You might not hear it, but the hand claps are going right now. They're loud.
Yeah,
People are standing up. I see them standing up in front of me, brother, right now. Like it's
just a round of applause.
I wasn't sure if I was going to hear the claps or not. I was like, I don't hear them.
He's like, these guys.
Am I on? What's happening?
Yes, brother. We are live right now, bro. It's an honor to have you with us, bro. Real talk, man.
For real.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on here. I know you guys have been doing this for 2 years already.
Yes, sir.
So
That's what's
I'm
up.
just happy to be part of the thing.
A Rapzilla article is due. No, no, we can edit that out. We can.
I don't write anymore.
No,
I'm doing
playing.
all these lives. I haven't written an interview since like April.
I'm playing, my brother. I'm playing. Yo, brother, for real, man. No, real talk, man. I mean, we've been watching you, bro. There was a time that we didn't see eye to eye with Rapzilla, which is part of the reason
AKA
why we started the show at one point. And over the years of building with and serving the community directly through our show, we quickly began to realize how much we underestimated the challenges and some of the misunderstandings that can easily happen within Christian hip hop. And we also witnessed your consistency through it all, and we got to kind of see on the opposite side of Christian hip hop, which, by the way, brother, man, we appreciate that because we've been praying about that, the growth and the nourishment of the genre. But with all that said, brother, what keeps you faithful to a genre that can appear to be at times, not all the time, but definitely at times, entitled and unappreciative?
I must be a lunatic.
Real talk. Real talk, man.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's
you said in
hard.
one of your interviews, if I can get the interviewer to double take on the question, that's a good question.
Yeah, if I can get them to double take, or if they gotta repeat the question, or like, wait, give me a second, and it's like, okay, I've never been asked that question before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, for your audience, going to apologize for my kids that are going to be rowdy because it's 8 o'clock.
We all have
good,
it, bro.
brother, man.
Yeah. So what keeps me consistent?
In spite of all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've wanted to be a journalist always, and I'll compare it to the Christian rapper versus rapper who's Christian. I didn't get a degree in Christian journalism. I just got a degree in journalism, and so happened to be a Christian. But right as I got out of the industry into college, my first journalism job was in the Christian field. So I've been in this field doing Christian journalism for 10 years, music and entertainment mostly. So it's
so
something
not just
I know.
music, not just Christian hip hop.
Right. Yeah. And before I did cover regular music, like secular music, and I've done hard journalism, like knocking on doors to get stories for a newspaper. Like I've done all that. But as
documentary in the works.
I do have a documentary in the works. Not about me, but it's about something
fire,
non-Christian related. But anyway, so it's just like it's a field that I've been in. I have all these relationships. I grew up, in the church, so I've always known about the music. So it was kind of like your dream come true sort of thing. I shared before with you guys that I was in a band. So in your head, when you're young, when I'm 18, 19 years old, I'm going to be a famous rock star one day. I'm going to be a famous rapper one day. But to help myself get there, I'm going to become a music journalist so I can make all these connections to then help my band. That was everything that was in my head.
Smart.
It didn't work, but I became a really good music journalist, I think. So I just have this heart and this understanding for indie artists and just the music industry and the relationships that I built. Because we're so niche in this Christian industry, you get to know artists more one-on-one. Like if I wrote for Rolling Stones, I just can't call up, maybe certain people can, but I just can't call up like Post Malone or Drake and be like, yo, let me get a quote for that story. Or, hey man, let me get some tickets when you come into town and we'll, hang out. But in Christian hip hop, I can, for the most part, for most people. And you build these relationships. And you see these people rise, especially with Rapzilla, you see these people come in as a freshman. And then the next time you see them, they're huge. Like Social Club were freshmen. Andy Mineo was a freshman. And those are all before my time. No Big Deal was just a freshman when I came in. And now No Big Deal is huge. So it's like you grow with these people and they become part of your family. So you have sort of this dedication towards people that have become your community. And the other thing is, I'm not really I'm not really like a ministry type person. Like I'm not out there, I'm not doing this, but like doing Christian hip hop and being able to actually share the gospel in that way and share people's story, that feels like my job that I could add a ministry aspect to. So for me, that's my way of like giving back. Like this is what I'm doing, like for church, like evangelizing. Like that's how I do it.
Now I have a question. Like when you were banging on doors looking for stories and stuff like that, do you feel like it was like, because you hear the horror stories for reporters, like when they go and ask for story, people are like, no comment, and they just slam the door in your face.
It's like, no comment.
So like you're coming in, you're like, hey man, I'm writing a story on this piece, for the glory of God, where they still like, no comment, Satan. Actually, reporters are not really Christian.
So, well, I mean, prior to Rapzilla, I was wearing a suit and tie, so they just probably, well, not a suit, but at least a tie and dress shirt. So they probably thought I was like some like nice like Jehovah Witness kid, or it's like, oh, let's see what he wants, and then we'll let him down. Oh, he's got questions about the noise in my neighborhood, something like that. I mean, I live in Staten Island, New York, so it's a little bit of a different feel for that newspaper, because our newspaper was just Staten Island. So it wasn't like I'm walking around in Brooklyn or Queens, how you see on TV, and it's like, get out of my face, blah, blah, blah. Like Staten Island, people are like, oh, hey, old ladies would invite me and my partner in. Oh, you guys want some tea? Can I get you guys anything? Like, no, we're just trying to tell a story.
That's definitely Staten Island. You can't do that
I'm
in
still
no
in
Bronx.
college. I'm like 19,
what about that
20
sound
years
in the
old.
neighborhood? Mind your business.
Yeah, I just became an adult, and now I have all of these other people inviting me into their home, and I'm like, wait a second, I was told I shouldn't be doing this. But yeah,
crazy.
I've run the gamut of different things I could do. I mean, I think it's a blessing to kind of been able to write for a newspaper before nobody like knows what a newspaper is.
Wow.
I've written and I've been an editor of a print magazine. Print magazines don't exist really anymore outside of huge ones. So I was there from the end of newspaper magazine, transitioning into like the blog online stuff. So I was able to hit everything. And now we're into video, which we were saying before too.
In that moment you tell your kids about that, you really gonna feel like a dinosaur. You're like, I used to write for this thing called a newspaper. What's that? People picked up these long pieces of paper and they read them. They'd be like, people actually picked up paper to read?
Yeah.
They didn't have iPads?
I thought those were just stories to read while you like package the Christmas ornaments in it.
It's like, and some people use those newspapers to wrap gifts, to wrap books for school. They had multi-purpose. Can you do that with your iPad? Think about that.
You can have an app that does it like imaginary for you.
There you go. There you go. Throw this
You
away.
look through the camera and it
Throw
wraps
this
a
away
gift for you.
Are there ever times, brother, where you wake up just feeling like, enough is enough, man. I'm done with this. I don't know. Like, are there ever times where you like wake up to like second guessing your commitment at all? Like,
no, that usually happens when I'm already awake.
Right before you sip your cup of coffee in the morning.
No, well, here's the thing. I don't start working because of COVID and my wife working at home. My schedule is a lot more flexible, so I watch my kids until my wife is done with work. So I don't start work till 3:30 after a whole morning of watching kids. So I have that whole morning to get pissed off by something I see on Twitter or whatever. And then I got to sit down and like the first thing I'll open is like an email or like somebody angrily tweeting or some sort of drama. And I'm like, man, it was a pretty good day. Like I'm supposed to be ending work.
Applesauce.
Yeah, I'm just starting work now, and it's like, oh, this is when I'm opening up. So all the time, I feel that way. And there's always something, and it's always like off of a nice high. Like I'm in the zone. I'm doing all these great interviews, and then something happens, and it's like, oh man, that's terrible. And then a day or two will pass, and I'll be like, all right, let's go destroy some stories again. Let's get that passion back. And it always happens. It's a sickness, like I said. You just keep going back for more.
Now, you said you kind of like you're not thinking of it as ministry at one point. Do you feel that this is a calling? Do you feel like you're built for this? Like this is your purpose? This is what you what you're here for? Like part of the reason, obviously,
well,
and
all
it's
that
not everything,
punishment,
but
it better be.
Do you feel like this is something that you were predestined to do?
As far as being a journalist in the Christian industry, or just
involved
exactly?
With Christian hip hop, working for Rapzilla and just being involved with that scene.
Yeah, it's crazy because all of the places that I worked prior to Rapzilla, as far as audience wise, budget wise, recognition, much bigger than Rapzilla. Like Rapzilla was just a really small fry in terms of like places that I've worked, but I was like totally anonymous. Nobody knew who I was before. So it was like that catch off, like maybe tons of people are reading my article, but I have like 80 followers on Twitter and nobody knows who I am. As far as then you come to Rapzilla and the audience isn't as big, but like you become like a presence, you become part of this community. So that part was really cool because it actually allowed me maybe what I've sacrificed in like pay or like momentous things that I could have been doing. I was actually able to like build a brand and become the person who I was supposed to be. Be able to become a leader on that platform, be able to feel like my job is also part of a ministry that I could help people in that way. So, there's pros and cons of everything, but I think the pros are so much more in favor. Like Rapzilla may have been one of the greatest things to ever happen to me.
Wow.
And it's funny because I knew the least about Christian hip hop out of all music coming into Rapzilla. So it was something that I truly had to come in and learn and grow exactly with it. And that's what's happened.
That's super dope, man. And on the flip side of this, you shared how your appreciation for the genre grew and developed. I mean, obviously you were already involved with it beforehand, but even on a deeper level, especially as you were conducting the community during chaos. Can you just share like how that idea was birthed and your experience along the way?
Yeah. So thank you for asking about that. So yeah, the whole, I mean, obviously this year was already tough coming into the events that happened with George Floyd. So obviously George Floyd, that polarized the entire world.
Yep.
It wasn't just a uniquely American thing. This touched everybody. So my thing was like, what do we do? What can we possibly do? Everyone is making their, social media posts. They had the blackout day, and it's like, okay, cool. That's like a solidarity thing, but like, I blacked out my Instagram photos. Now what?
Yeah,
like, right? Like, what do you do now? So we actually took the stance at Rapzilla to not do that. We spoke to a couple of people who kind of advised us, like, yeah, it's a thing, but it's like, try to draw that attention towards something else, like a picture. They say picture's worth 1,000 words, but if you have a black picture, what are you looking at, right?
Yeah.
That's just a void. So what can you do to be that difference maker? So it's like, we have a platform, so let's use that platform. So my immediate idea was I do the Rapzilla news show. I've been doing it on Tuesdays, but it used to be on Mondays. So after the George Floyd incident, I think the next 2 or 3 episodes, I covered specifically things going on in the community. I didn't really talk about CHH news. I said, this artist was at a protest and praying with police officers. This person was praying for families over here. This person's working at a food shelter. Like, I was trying to focus in on those things. But there were so many different people doing different things, and then you're missing things, and then people saying, hey, you didn't see what I was doing. Which is unfortunate.
Look what I could do.
Right. Look at all the good stuff that I'm doing. And I'm just like, ugh. And I was like, well, I'm sure a ton of you are doing really good things, right? So why don't we talk about that? So I had this idea of like, this is a CHH community where everyone is in a community feeling. Like, the closest thing I can remember to that would be 9/11, that feel after 9/11 where everybody was like a patriot, and everyone was like together, and let's get together as a community and let this nation heal. So I kind of had that idea. And I was like, let's call it community during chaos. We're living through a very chaotic year.
Fire.
I want to take 3 artists every week, or 3 people within the space. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, if they're as big as Lecrae or as small as the person who just dropped their first song. I just want everybody to kind of have their voice, because when a community needs to come together and heal, everybody needs to be heard, right? So I've tried to intentionally do that every episode, just mix it up. A lot of the times, like, these people had nothing to do with each other. They've never even spoken before. And I'd be like, okay, I want you, and I want you. And I would just throw them at random, one after another, and I would speak to them. And it was crazy. I did it for 25 straight weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Never missed a week. I had one artist.
3 artists.
I had one artist no show, but he gave us 2 or 3 days later, like, we went live again, and thank God, because he went for 2 hours by himself. But I would have been live for like 4 hours. Yeah, he got me back, so it was great. But yeah, so it was 25 straight weeks of 3 people. That's 75 interviews that I did
since June
in 25 episodes. And it takes a lot out of you. I mean, most of the questions, honestly, were geared towards the same thing, but you always got a different answer, which was amazing.
Right.
Because everybody was struggling with something. Everyone was kind of confused. Everyone was hurting in some sort of way. Everyone was trying to figure out, what can I do to provide my own answers for what's in my head. So it was just like, we got questions. Let's try to come up with answers, solutions. Right. How are we, the people with platforms, being leaders in our communities and trying to make a difference and impact people? I didn't want to talk about music. People tried to sneak in music in there. Like,
I got this thing coming up. Like,
or I would say that at the end and be like, all right, where can
they got the shirt with the merch on? Like,
I can hear that boys like, yo, you're going on an interview with Justin.
Music in the background.
Music on deck, right?
Yeah. And I would save it right towards the end. I'd be like, all right, real quick before you go, where could everyone follow you, listen to your music, blah, 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 blah. And plug your record. Okay, thank you. All right, next person.
Peace,
I wasn't trying to have that. And people would ask in the comments, oh man, like, what was the inspiration for your next album? And I'm like, yo, like, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
There's something that's too important that happened, the many different important things that happened this year. And we need to have these hard and tough conversations. So
that's gotta be mad awkward and so out of place. So what do you think about the climate of racism? See, but my album's coming out December 1st. So I should probably check that out.
Most of the artists were great, though. I would say most of the artists were great. I've had some of the best conversations ever. And I feel like, I said this I think in the article and the end of the show, like, 75 interviews is 75 different walks in someone's life of how they've dealt with the chaos of this year. So now I don't know the answers to everything. So I got to ask 75 different people, hey, can you give me some advice on how to survive 2020?
Right.
So it was an incredible thing.
Now, are you guys going to be chopping up the segments from that show, or what's the plan with the content? Are you going to be redistributing it, or?
Yeah, it's so much content, because every show is
a lot, dude.
From an hour, and the average time I think was an hour and a half per episode. Is 3 different artists.
What?
Usually the first 2 people were 20 to 25 minutes, and then the final guest we would go until whenever. They're all on Instagram, and then I go back and I've been doing like little edits, maybe shaving off like 10 minutes of filler, which seems kind of pointless when it's something so long. And I'm so far behind on that. So we did 25 episodes are on Instagram. On YouTube, there's 16 episodes. Now what I'm going to do, because I ended the show, I'm going to come back next year because I need a break.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back through all 75 interviews and pick out little snippets that would make for good stories to actually post like as a written article, and then link people back to the video.
Super dope, man.
That's going to be a terrible undertaking, but it'll definitely be worth it, because there were so many gems.
Very beneficial. Exactly. And and it's not the end as well. You're going to have a season 2 follow-up, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the joke was, when are we not going to be in chaos? The chaos is going to look, it's going to look completely different.
I think this is the tip of the iceberg, brother.
Right. Yeah. I mean, COVID is still here. Racism still exists. And we still technically really don't know what's happening with our president. Whether, who is it? Is there going to be some overturn? Like, you have no idea. So right now we're still living in the chaos. Next year, that chaos may look a little different, but we'll still be that community living through it, right? And I interviewed 75 people, and then I just look at, oh, I didn't interview this person. I didn't interview this person. Oh, I didn't have this person. I'm like, how is there still like 150 people like that I could possibly speak to in CHH? I thought we were like this big.
Right.
But now there's like, there's probably
it's
like
a big
300
community.
and something people.
Yeah, it's a big community.
To. So we'll keep going. The show might look a little different. I might do things a bit, might incorporate some breaks so I don't feel like I'm gonna like die. But but yeah, it'll be back maybe February or March.
I love that your approach is not just one way, that you're not just going for the big names, even though you could, if you wanted to. You really could just make this exclusive to celebs in the genre, and that would probably sell more. If you can get the take of Lecrae or, all these big names. But the fact that you're like, it doesn't matter. It could be known. It could be not known. It could be male, female. It doesn't matter. We're going to get these people and get their real thoughts on what's going on. And like you said, it's different perspectives. So everybody's being touched by this chaos differently. And then their perspective is going to outrightly be different because they were touched by it different. So it's it's crazy, and it's great to hear that you can go on here and literally listen to 75 different stories about how people are living in today's chaotic climate. During the whole thing.
Yeah, because think about it. What's the last thing you want to hear during some tragedy? Like, oh, I'll just throw a celebrity name.
Right.
Why do I care what Charlie Sheen thinks about COVID? Like, why do I care?
It's a running joke here. We always talk about how Dave Chappelle used to, where he said,
somebody
get Ja Rule.
Get Ja Rule on the line.
I need to know what Ja Rule.
I need to know what he thinks.
I don't care what Ja Rule has to say. So like, at the end of the day, it's like for example of what you're saying, and this is no knock to the other two guests in the show, but I had Lecrae on, and then before Lecrae, I had a youth pastor. He's also a rapper, part of Die Daily. His name is CJ Lucky, but he's not a huge artist. And then after him, I had Coop, or Koopy Trill, on Twitter. He's a young 16, 17-year-old kid in high school who's really good at rapping. I put him on right before Lecrae. This is a young kid and, like a youth pastor, dad, rapper, and then Lecrae. So, like, I know that was huge. Coop was like, oh my God, like, you just put me on before Lecrae. And Lecrae heard the tail end of his interview, and he said, wow, that kid Coop's really smart. Like, I really like everything that he was saying. And I said, well, there you go. Maybe Lecrae slides him a DM, or maybe he goes to Ace Harris at Reach Records to say, hey, this kid Coop, you should check him out for A&Ring. So like this, it could help people too. We had KB on, like we've had big artists, Marty, Fern, and I just mix them up with everybody. Yeah. Everybody gets a fair shot.
Love it, bro, man. I'm looking forward to season 2 and what you have down the line, especially with that documentary you're working on behind the scenes too. I know that you also dabble with a little bit of filmmaking as well, and I think we're running out of time right now, but I definitely want to have you back on to talk a little bit more about that and more of what it's like for you on the producer side of things, creating shows and whatnot. Definitely interested in that. So why don't you just let the people know where they can find your content and what they can look forward to and where they can get that information from.
Yeah, so please read my articles. Or at least watch my videos on everything Rapzilla: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. We just dropped the Rapzilla Freshman Project, produced completely by Arrow, who was in high school when we started working on this project.
Wow.
Amazing project that just dropped. You can follow me at Justin Sarachik. I'm sure you'll see my name somewhere.
Yes, sir.
He'll put it because, it's kind of weird to spell. But Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to be having a ton of content rolling out in the new year. on my YouTube page. I'm bringing back Survival of the Artist. It's going to be an Instagram show instead of a podcast because I've been doing stuff on Instagram, and who listens to SoundCloud? Nobody. And I have my plated. If you're a dad who can chef it up in the kitchen, I have an Instagram page called Plated by Dads, where I post pictures of dads' creations in the kitchen, whether good or bad. They've all been good though. So I plan on
have
doing.
To submit one.
You do Plated by Dads. Some dope content on there, and I plan on doing some food shows in the future. Maybe interviewing some chefs, interviewing some home cooks, and mixing.
And what kind of food you got up in there? Because I know you're Puerto Rican. I know is there some empanadas up in there, or what do you got going on?
Man, but there's everything, man. You got to diversify.
So are you a home cook? Like you chef it up?
Oh yeah. You go and Plated by Dads, and you're gonna see some stuff.
You're gonna see what's up.
You get some Puerto Rican food. You get some Italian food. You get some.
You do the sauce smush, like the on the plate. And all that?
I'll admit my plating isn't the best, but the food's good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've had Fern send us some stuff from Social Club. I had Titus O'Neil, the wrestler. We posted something of his he sent in. So it's a dope little page. So all the dads out there who aren't afraid to get dirty in the kitchen.
I ain't never scared. I actually did culinary arts in high school.
There you go.
Get it.
Yeah. A man of many trades over here, man.
I try.
Fashion.
Man of many trades. A master.
How you call it? Walkway. Fashion. Culinary arts, singing.
I try.
Runway.
I'm a runway model. Yes.
Yep. That's for another show.
Your Spanish accent was on point in the beginning.
Which accent?
The Spanish
accent. You're really put on Spanish accent in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. I'm like, mira, Sarachik, mira, you better behave. You better behave.
Justino Sarachik. Justino Sarachik. I almost came in and like
Justino Sarachik.
I was like
Sarachik.
My Spanish is not going to be as good as theirs, so I won't try to embarrass myself.
Nah, man, that's cool, man. His Spanish is not great. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Nah, man, I'm horrible, dude.
Mario's Spanish
all the time, man.
It's not
such
even
a
Spanish.
Shame. It's such a walk of shame whenever they come up to me. Like
Mario speaks English with an accent.
They start out with this full blown sentence to me, like 100% sure I know exactly what they're saying, and I gotta walk away like, what did you say?
But at least your name is like Marrio Esco,
right?
Not Justin Sarachik.
Yeah. Mario mastered his name.
No one is walking up to you and speaking Spanish.
Yeah, take it as a blessing, brother. Trust me.
Except my grandma. I'm like, Grandma, did you forget who you're talking to? Oh, I'm sorry.
They'll straight up ask Mario a whole thing, like, you want some of this rice and beans? And he'll be like, okay.
Yeah, walk away.
Just straight walk away. Clearly didn't understand.
No, I understand rice and beans, brother. Trust me. You're going to show me rice and beans. I'm taking that right out your hands.
Yeah, when you don't know Spanish, you at least know that you know the food, you know the bad words,
Facts.
and you know when your parents and your titis are talking about you.
Facts.
Because they switch to Spanish when you walk in the room.
Exactly.
Yep.
Everyone's talking English, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay.
They're like, man, esa me está gordo.
You start piecing all the little words. I'm like, I got that one. I got that one.
You're hitting your cousin. Yo, your mom's going.
Your mom's ratting on you right now.
She just said you look fat.
Yeah.
You don't come over no more.
And that's last week for Gil. He's fat, No,
I lost my weight, so it's the other one.
Okay.
Está seco.
All right,
that's
brother, man.
He's dry. He's losing too much weight.
We won't hold you up, brother, man. It's an honor to have you on, brother, and I'm looking forward to building with you behind the scenes too, as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much for everything that you do for the community. We'll keep you lifted, brother.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate
you,
that.
bro.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Let's
do it again.
Grace and peace.
Yeah,
for
we
sure,
definitely
brother.
gonna do it again, man.
Take care, brother.
All right,
peace.
Super dope.
Why?
Super dope. Hand claps.
Why do Spanish people say you look dry when they try to say you skinny? That's seco. Like, what do you mean I look dry? Do I mean moisturizer?
By the way, we do have a special guest on the side of us. Pablo, we decided, right? Is the anonymous we plug in your avatar name
for
Pablo
for
on the side.
Reasons.
Go ahead, Pablo.
Okay.
El
patron.
Talking to Mike, Pablo.
Pablo.
All right, there you are. All right, cool.
You didn't have to say your name.
Pablo. I have to keep reciting
Who are you?
Pablo in my head. So listen, super dope, man. That was fire.
It was fire.
I hope you guys, had had as much of a blessed time as we did, listening to him and his experience with just serving the community. Super dope. So we're gonna jump into a track. This is our featured track. Andy Mineo, Mangia, Ramen and Ramen.
Let's get it.
Here we go.
Rhyming and rhyming. Thought it was over, but no, it's God timing. New York to Hanada, we gotta fly in. I know why I'm here on assignment, yeah. Rhyming and rhyming. I mean, like Pudo and Onyx. They both warm my heart like good conscience. Nothing like good rhyming and rhyming. Eating Afori with Afu Ra playing. A connoisseur of the bouillon and rhyme saying. Went from the futon to do this full time. They discount me like coupon, but yet I move on. How you suburban critiquing GMCs in the Yukon? You should be slow to squeeze like glue guns. And they know I'm New York always, just like Sufjan. I could do this all day when I turn the juice on.
Hey, yo.
God is real, I'm from the Q's and still got love for Yukon. Tap you on the jaw, you gone.
Float like a butterfly.
Yeah, rhyming and rhyming. Wait on it, it's God's timing. New York to Hanada, we gotta fly in. Two things I know. Rhyming and rhyming. I mean like Puro and Onyx. They both want my soul like good conscience. Rhyming and rhyming.
Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
I like to hear a new beat.
Hey, yo.
Hi, my name is Andy. Some of y'all still don't know me. I be uptown, mayo ketchup, dipping for the tostone. And I do this for the rock, I ain't no jabroni. Growing up, it was cachoffle and macaroni. Mangia, he's a growing boy, that's what grandma told me. Me and my fellas getting rings like matrimony. Now it's getting cozy, I need some extra room. What's courtside? I've been to the empty tomb. And they hate but never show face, MF Doom. Conversations about having kids, I'm delaying it. The workaholic inside of me been afraid of it. Plus who I'm gonna call to babysit, huh? Bonnie Greengrass up in Amsterdam is a favorite. Get the bagel with the locks, I ain't talking Jada Kiss. Eating in New York can get dangerous. I wouldn't steer you wrong, gotta stop at L&B's. Gotta get this Pomoni and get a half a sheet. I always wanted abs, but dang it, I like to eat.
Imagine just hearing this. Out of a window.
That's great.
In Japan.
Yeah. They used to laugh cause I ain't had a Jordans. Cause I took all my cash and I put that in recording. Even though I had a stash, I knew I could afford them. Never care about the flash, I guess I care more about Gordon. Whether first class or if I'm in a tourist, I always feel the same cause I know what's more important. Who I am when I'm home, not who I am when I'm touring. Now that I'm getting grown, my homies getting divorces. Don't happen all at once, combination of choices. Who you keep in your circle, who you say that your boys is. And when they call you out, do you try to avoid them or they try to slow you down, but you keep going forward. And you can show the way, ain't no way you can force them. Cause then they take your love and mistake it for poison. Am I wasting breath? I don't know anymore, man. Lord, we need direction, would you send the coordinates? I wanna be happy, joy, joy. Happy, joy, joy. But right now, all I hear is the noise. Come holla at your boy. Alright.
Hey, this is Italian. I'm gonna rap the Andy.
All right, cool. That was Andy Mineo, Mangia, Ramen and Ramen off his new EP, Happy Thoughts. Available everywhere. Shout out to Andy. Hopefully one day we'll be big enough to I don't know if that's
possible. Justin, set that up, please.
Hey, who? Oh, Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, so shout out to Andy, man. That was super dope.
That was a dope song.
Yeah, man. So we got a special guest with us, Pablo.
What up, Pablito?
Pablo, why don't you give us your I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
And then I always spoil it as a producer. I'm really bad. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Then I'm gonna explain why I'm asking you the question. Okay.
All right. Let's get it.
Pablo, why don't you tell us?
It's horribly confusing.
Who you are, where you from, and as a producer, I'm really saying, hey yo, how's your improv skills?
Again, one of the things that we do in the show is
why you even say that? Like why?
Yeah,
that's why. Because
what is the purpose?
Because it's not supposed to be that way.
Also, you're a rebel.
So I just I'm just like
We're
whatever.
just gonna flow with this.
Let's go with it. All right, Pablo.
All right, Pablo here. What's up, everybody?
Okay, all right.
Representing Worcester.
Okay,
the 508.
The 508.
Yes, sir.
For those that don't know what the 508 is, we usually say it's about an hour away from Boston. Or if you don't know, Joyner Lucas is from the 508.
There you go.
There you go.
True.
Here you go. Now we have a landmark. Joyner Lucas is from the 508.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. I feel
go.
like that's just, I don't know, it belongs there.
All right, so you're from the 508, the barrios of the 508?
There we go, Main South, baby.
Yo, cuidado.
Ay,
that's spicy.
Cuidado.
Main South, baby.
So our special guest, Pablo, is going to join us today as we chop it up about these very serious conversations, man. We really, this is like a necessity, man. We have to.
Okay.
We have to. This is what we got to do, man. It's 2020. All right?
Yep.
So
Perfect vision.
Let's start with it. Let's start with it, man.
What's happening?
Christian music group. There's a Christian music group out there. What's it called? I should have that. There's a Christian music group out there that is joining the cryptocurrency realm.
Mira.
And they have just introduced a digital fan token system where you can, it's sort of like V-Bucks, like when you jump into Fortnite. Yeah. Which, by the way, can you believe?
That's a dope idea. I'm not hating.
Fortnite was so genius to create this platform where your kids are playing for free, and now they're like, "Oh, it's season 2. I need the Mandalorian outfit."
And you know what?
You have to pay for these V-Bucks to get them advanced.
This is how they get you too.
Super smart.
This is the dope marketing. They say,
I know how much money we spending on V-Bucks, man.
But think about it.
You guys actually paying for this stuff?
Yes, yes. I'm paying for digital avatar outfits.
Nope.
Yes,
it ain't happening.
And characters.
But Peep Game,
brother, you might
for this money.
But Peep Game,
Pablo, you might want to wake up.
This is how they get. But look at how they're getting into the home. The game is free.
Yeah, right. Facts.
That's how they
get into your home. So you look as a parent, you're like, oh wow, what a deal. The game's for free.
Let them play.
Pero mira, that's a nice game.
And then all of a sudden, right, they're like, and they keep losing. And then you look and you're like, pero mira, why your character don't have all the things they have? And now you start rooting for him and you're like, my son is not going to be the loser.
You are not going to have the pea shooter. The pea shooter? No.
How much for the upgrade? And now you
who's more into this? The parents or the kids?
We got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Got it on the big screen.
How the parents get in. Because you know it. If you was watching your son playing the game and he's like,
you want to get the kill all the time.
You're like, you know
my
what,
son can't make it past like the first round.
Bro, you're talking this now.
I got you.
But wait until you get sucked into one of those YouTubes
where
you're
telling
like,
you, you're going to see your son getting murked and you're going to be like, but son, why you not, how come you don't got the shotgun like homeboy over here?
Stand there like that and just get shot.
Like you can't just get, and he going to look at you and be like, Daddy, I need V-Bucks.
You know it's going to be.
You know what? This credit card is one time. One time, the bazooka, and you better
murk somebody.
And then he does it, and you're like, you know what?
You be like, that's
Here's the credit card again. Get the sniper. Now you
get the sniper.
Completely invested.
You're like, forget it. Your son turn around, look at you, like, Daddy.
Daddy,
I got this.
Daddy, I got this.
It's my game.
No. What happens
Get
is
out of my game.
What happens is you start playing.
No,
because your son says, "Daddy, there's 2 players." Because they got 2 players.
Okay.
They're not dumb. Daddy, there's 2 players.
Yep, that's how they get you.
You join in, and you're like, "Hold up, why we keep on dying together? Why we? Hold up, I need to upgrade my facts."
Hey, and that's how the game gets you.
That's genius. No. You know what they do? They play with their other cousins. And then their other cousin's daddy gives in, and then now you gotta give in,
and now you feel like a punk because you're like, oh no, Bobby is not gonna beat my son. You're like, that's because his dad is giving.
And then your son,
hey, you remember we had a team, the 508 team?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Call of Duty? Man.
Come on, yes.
Oh yeah, the 5-away squad.
But the thing is, with Call of Duty, you just pay one time. And now you just got to be good to get the good guns.
You know why we were so.
Speaking of father and son, you remember?
Oh, what do you mean?
Danny, this dude, and his son.
Oh yes. No, that's fact.
There you go.
That's fact. I never seen him that way.
His son was a sniper.
I just saw them as two individual games.
Just camping.
You never seen them. You just go in the game, bam. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm on this team. I'm just getting murked every time.
When we played, man, you know why we were so good at what we did on that game? It's because we were battling each other. We were like,
no wonder.
We were all trying to get like the most kills. We didn't even care about the team effort.
Like,
we were just like, who got the most?
To bring in the airplanes, dropping all these bombs. Like,
yo, this is their Call of Dude. This is their Call of Duty. The kids.
It is.
This is their Call.
This is their Call of Duty.
Of course it is.
The only thing is, these kids are like 5 years old.
Yeah,
they're like we're grown adults playing this game.
Yeah, well,
and you know when you hear them kids talking smack too, and you 30-something year old, and you got a 4-year-old like, man, you suck, and you're like, what?
You're like, boy,
you better respect.
Oh, it's set up.
Respect your elders.
You know what? I'm gonna put my credit card and I'm gonna get the dopest gun. Can you do that, 4-year-old?
So in a way, right? V-Bucks, that's cryptocurrency, no?
It is.
Like that's digital.
It's digital currency, but you're kind of exchanging your money. Is it the same for? Yeah, it is the same.
No,
Bitcoin is the same because you're exchanging your money,
but it only exists within that digital world.
Realm.
Yeah,
you know,
you can't take V-Bucks.
But they're saying right now it's dropping. But when it got to its highest, if you invested $100 at the time when it was like at that cheap, and $1 bought you one cryptocurrency. So if you bought $100 worth, right now it would translate to $75 million. Ooh. $75 million.
I knew I should have invested in that.
Right now, that's where it's
crypto
at.
Jail.
It's actually starting to go down a little bit, just like everything else in the stock market. It just fluctuates.
So do you think? So now talking about this story. By the way, it was Sella.
I would not be surprised if
it was Sella. The music group was Sella.
Starts becoming valuable.
Yeah.
No crypto is on the what is it? Decentralized ledger? It's on the decentralized ledger. This dude will come in with that. This dude knows the market and everything. This dude flies in like, nah, guys. D Nice, we need management. Shout out to D Nice.
Well, is he speaking geeky right now?
No, he comes in flexing. I bet you he was in one of those chats.
Decentralized ledger. Come on, man. You're gonna have to.
He probably asked there. He's like, yo, they're talking about this. What do you?
Can you they're
on a decentralized ledger. Oh, okay.
I'm
surprised he didn't post up a chart like
with a graph.
He knows what he's doing, man. He knows what. Yo, matter of fact, okay. This is where I gotta. Whoop, we don't edit. We live. We live.
All-time low was last year at $3,000. With $3,000 per.
So
crypto?
We were having a discussion about this, brother, right before we even talked about this. And one of the things we were talking about is isn't that similar to the American dollar right now? Like, isn't that what we're currently doing right now with the dollar? Like,
basically, we're trading
pretty much like monopoly money at this point.
Well, not fake, but a worthless money, and we're translating it to imaginary money. And it's funny because we're the ones putting the value on it. So it's like, okay, it's worth $19,000. How?
How is that?
Like, how is it worth 19? Because I understood the paper part of it because, they had the gold reserves. So the reason why it was worth that money because they had the gold, and that's how that translated. But now even that gold belongs to other countries because we're in so much debt. So basically our dollar is really worth nothing nowadays.
That credit system.
So the credit, that's what I'm saying.
It's
but
built
at
off
the end
that.
of the day, we're putting a value on something that really doesn't have a value. It doesn't exist. So some dude was like, I'm going to make computer money. And I'm going to call it cryptocurrency. All right. And I'm going to say it's worth, I don't know, $1. And somehow it works.
Because it's based off of the gold standard is what D Nice is saying. That's why.
Because fiat currency
is based off of the gold.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There is no finite amount. There's no finite amount in regards to
gold, right? Is that what he's saying? Oh no, he's talking about the cryptocurrency.
That's crazy.
Can it be measured
it's the
by
same thing with diamonds? Somebody was like, "This is worth money."
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Because it sparkles.
Can it be measured with work? Like, can you do that with work? Like just pretty much what we're doing now. Like we're pretty much like we're in debt, right? We owe like really like we're just putting money around.
Yeah,
like,
there's a humongous
it doesn't
deficit.
really belong
it's like
to
trillions
us,
of dollars.
right?
Like I don't even think America could ever pay that off.
Not crypto.
You talking about like the Federal Reserve's
Fiat currency,
money,
not crypto.
You know, keep funneling money into the system.
Oh, fiat currency.
You know?
There's no finite amount of fiat currency, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Due to the blockchain. Oh, it's one of the comments. The comment says crypto is finite due to the blockchain. Again.
That's why you got the chat, brother. That's why you got the clubhouse.
But you're gonna hear. but what you're gonna hear?
You in the clubhouse, so you can ask those questions. Excuse me.
It was a pause.
That's what D-Nice. That's what D-Nice is in right now. Yeah,
yo, D, I appreciate that.
D-Nice. Yo, why don't you call in, brother?
I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that dude.
You know,
man. Give him the number. Like send him the invite right now. D-Nice, get on this call right now.
Put your email down, man. I'll send you the invite right now. Who's talking on? So, do you think that that's a wise? Well, brother. All right. So, D-Nice, why don't you comment on this question to you? Do you
he said, "What's the number?" Send it to him.
Dope. I'll send you the invite through email, man.
Yo, you just call in right now. Let's just talk about this cryptocurrency.
New meeting.
I feel like I have to say it like commercial.
Let's get dude in here.
Cryptocurrency break you.
Yes, let's join like that. All right. Well, all right. While we get homeboy in, Gil, do you think that it's a wise idea to jump into the whole cryptocurrency, you know, with this music group for your fans, as an artist, as a musician, like your own
great
website,
idea.
Your own system, your own little.
I think it's a great idea,
man.
You know, is it the next wave? You think that's going to be what it is?
Yo, because think about it.
That is what we're headed to, huh?
Think about it. If you applied the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Same logic, same mindset of Fortnite. How Fortnite created their own cryptocurrency in a sense, because you're going into this game, and in order for you to have a better experience on this platform, you have to take your real money, transfer it to their V-Bucks or whatever, and with that currency, you can buy guns, you can buy outfits, you can buy costumes. So you're creating a better experience for yourself. So now in this platform, you're allowing your fans to use the same similar strategy to create this currency where you can buy merch, you can buy their albums. So it's genius.
I see what you're saying.
It's genius.
Control.
Yeah.
More control.
Not only that, but not only that, you're allowing your customer or your client or your whatever to engage and say, do I want a better experience or do I just want the bare minimum?
Brother, check your email.
Because right now, we get the bare minimum.
I didn't send it to that one.
We get an album, or you can buy merch. Other one.
Gotcha.
But with this cryptocurrency, you can be as creative as you want and say, now you're creating your own money within my platform, and now I could create more products, different things that can give you more access to me. That. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But it's also going to filter out the fakes. If you ain't real about it, just like if you ain't real about Fortnite, you ain't going to be buying these guns. And that way, in reality, you're going to be sucky at the game. So if you're going to get the bare minimum, you're not going to get the best stuff. Pay up.
When does it become illegal to do this?
In this case, put your V-Bucks.
Does it ever become illegal to do this?
Illegal what? Like to do cryptocurrency type thing? No, because...
No, for like, let's say Fortnite. Like, when does it become like, yo, you're drawing a line, brother? Like, how you...
No, because
you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're offering it.
What are you doing to my kids?
You're the one putting in your credit card into their system.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Amazon, because they're the biggest shopping platform to be like, this is your fault. You guys are buying too much stuff that makes no sense. Man, on the radio station, they were just talking about how, what's the weirdest gift that your kid wants? And mad people were calling in on the radio with their kids' weird requests. So whose fault is it? Is it Amazon's fault that they're providing these weird gifts? Like, no,
shouldn't they like make it a little bit more
the consumers?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right? As long as you're willing to buy, why not? Why?
Okay, so you all right? So that's talking about kids and all that. Like, I'm just talking about the cryptocurrency. You know, using that system as a Christian. You know,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Artists.
Like, it works clearly because look how big Fortnite got by doing this similar strategy. So it works.
Will it communicate though as a musician? Because in this you have a competition with all these people. It's open. It's a competition. Like people are, fighting against each other. It's a game.
Each artist can do that with their core fan base.
So my question
now
is,
people,
like,
when they
is
come
it
out,
gonna,
let's say with a plaque of a signed autographed picture and an actual hard copy, people are gonna be like, yo, I want that.
Diehard fans. Like,
I want that. And then you're going to see other fans saying, I got mine. I got mine with my little V-Bucks. I don't know the name of this currency, what they calling it. So they're going to be like, I got the V-Bucks and I got my exclusive plaque, and other fans are going to be like, I want that too. Same thing of what's going on in Fortnite. People are like, they see that new costume, like the Mandalorian you were talking about. Mm-hmm. What are they going to say? I want that too.
That. You know what I think is dope
That's
too?
a dope costume. I want my guy to get that.
You know what I think is dope too is like in this digital world, in these games within the cloud, they can instantly give everybody that's using their system the same experience.
Yeah.
All in one. Remember back in the day, you had the little cartridge. Like there's no connection to no internet. You put that cartridge in, and if you mess that thing up, if you drop something on it, it's gone.
Dude, I remember the progress.
You gotta buy a new one.
Remember, it was from the
upgrade is you go down to the store to buy part 2. That's it. You buy the next one. Now,
and the thing is, you have to go through the game every time. You couldn't save your spot. So like Mario, if you died on the 10th level, guess what? When you come back to the game, you starting at 1 to get to 10 again.
They're doing that with season in Fortnite. So they start you back at level 1 next season. They reset it.
That's cool because then everybody starts at the same playing field.
All over again.
Wow. Smart.
They got you in that.
But you know what's dope about that? That's what I'm saying. It translates in music because just like
I don't know if it does. Music is different.
Well, the reason why I'm saying this is this why. For Fortnite, they use seasons, and each season has different characters. Sometimes they incorporate movies, because they get licensing deals. Like they did the Avengers, and they had the glove. You could buy the glove, and you could snap, and it literally like kills mad people or something like that. I was like, what? That's dope. They actually put a movie
onto the game
thing into the game. Like that's crazy. So now, how does that relate to artists? You can do the same thing. You can have different seasons. You can have different types of feels. Like, this week, this season, we're going to do funk. All my music is going to have like a funk feel. And you can cater your merch to that. You could it can be translated.
Whoa, too many gems.
It can be translated. That's what I'm saying. You just got to be creative.
Gems.
But you're an artist. This is your platform and you're getting your fans to get whatever V-Bucks or whatever currency and use that currency to whatever you have to offer.
Pablo, you were a die-hard hip-hop fan. You were the person that introduced, in a way, well, through my pops, but also you as well, were one of the people that introduced the behind the scenes of hip hop to me. I was more so the artist. I was, I was in my own world. I was in my own head.
Wasn't he the one that
I was the creative?
Wasn't he the one that used to record on the tapes with?
Madman behind the scenes. I'm the one who did the cassette tapes. I was this dude. Yo. Okay, hold on. We got Dave with us. Hold on one sec. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, our brother D-Nice Dave is in the building. Tragic Heroes manager, also a filmmaker, film director, producer. Brother, what's good, man? Let me
D-Nice!
What's up, brother?
What up? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
You making me miss my beard, bro. Dang.
I gotta change the text. Hold on.
Me miss my long,
I didn't expect you, so let me change.
Like 2 days.
Tomorrow.
Yo, brother, man. So talk to us, bro, because here we are, like, talking about this, and you seem to be an expert in the subject. So we want to.
Well, first thing, do you have a stake in cryptocurrency? Let's start right there.
Oh, okay. Let's get this.
Since you know a lot about it, I feel like you got some investment.
So how are you going to invest if you don't know about it? You know what I mean? So
already.
So that's a yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. So I got into it about two years ago. And I learned about how it was on a decentralized and how it was pretty much like point is like digital gold, and you hear all these like little talking points. So That's why you guys were like all over the place. And I was
like, yo, that's why we need you to come up in here, brother. Let's go.
I'm gonna say, educate us. And before you say that, I want to talk to that point. We never claim to be experts in nothing.
That ain't here, brother.
If you come on this show because you're like, yo, these dudes know what they're talking about, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. We don't.
Go ahead. Break it down for us, brother. Break it down.
Yeah. So it's real simple. So decentralized currency. That means that it's everybody can verify what it is. So if you think about your money in a bank, the bank tells you how much money you got. You go to the bank, it's a centralized system. Decentralized is more of everybody. You have an accordance of multiple verifications across different computer systems. And it's all based off the blockchain, which is a big hex code, which is nothing new. Like, I mean, some people in here are around IT, so they know what the SHA-256 is. So it's very similar to that. So it's just based off of a hex code. And being that the block is so long and there's a new block after every certain time period, it's almost impossible to break. So everybody could verify it. And if there's one, let's say somebody's like a bad player and they try to say, no, Mario got 250 grand, not 5 grand. Well, the other systems are going to say, no, in the blockchain, we see this code and he got 5 grand. So it'll take that one transaction and it'll kick it out. So there's a lot of good benefits for this, not just for currency, but there's like for any type of like production. You could put information and type in the production line, and then my dog just walks in.
Okay, because I was about to be like, yo, we're about to break out into some prayer or something. What we doing over here? What's going? Is this that kind of show? Like,
the crazy thing is that as he's explaining it, I'm quickly realizing that bringing him on helped nothing. Because I still don't know. He's talking about blockchains, amino acids. I'm like, am I getting jacked?
All it is a code. That's it. It's a code that is just a verification saying, listen, this amount of information is in this code, and a bunch of computers verify it. And it's across the whole world. So it can't be corrupted. And if anybody tries to put in like a corrupted piece of information in the code, the other computers are going to weed it out and they're going to avoid it and it's going to push out. So it's really good for production. It's really good for voting. It's something that we should have in voting, but I don't think our government wants that because then it can't be tapped. It's a really good program because everybody can see what's going on. Not one person is controlling all the information, which is why banks don't want it.
Facts.
Wow.
Now, would you recommend this as, like, we're talking specifically like as artists within the music, you know, as creatives? Would you recommend creating your own digital system, or would you recommend just use the system that's there? Use the cryptocurrency. What do you recommend about that? What are your thoughts?
No, it's all about ownership. So it's really, really good to have, you know, your own platform.
Facts.
So it's very similar because I believe David Bowie did this back in the day. He was like an innovator when it came to this.
Is it David Bowie?
Yeah, people were not with crypto, but just the concept. People could actually buy stakes in his music catalog.
What? Fire!
So they were able to catch returns off of it based off of their ownership on it, and he was able to directly capitalize off of him owning his own catalog. So it sounds like these artists that. Hold on one second. I got.
It's good, brother. It's good.
We understand, bro.
So,
that's why the beard is great.
Yeah, so they're able to capitalize off of that, directly take ownership over their stuff, and be able to engage with their fans in that way. I don't know if they're planning on them doing the same thing, but David Bowie did that a long time ago.
Super dope, man.
That's super fire, dude. I did not know that David Bowie was like a front runner in that. That's crazy.
Do you have any info on like what systems are out there, or you know, I'm picking your brain now, brother. Do you have any info on what's available for artists to use right now, or is this like new to you as well?
Well, there are a couple platforms that are being talked about on a certain type of app, that I'm not going to name. But also there is
I got you, bro.
There has been a couple of programs like systems out there. I don't know how successful they were because being that I was in the crypto after the first peak for Bitcoin, that's when I got on, and then it crashed and it was like a bloodbath, and so I dealt with all that. But yeah, it was a lot of dumb money moving into the space. But there was a lot of cool programs that were starting up that had to do with ownership of TV rights, music, and kind of tokenizing that. I'm not too familiar if they survived after the fall of Bitcoin for the last one, but it's a cycle. So like we went through this already where it was down at 3,000. Now it's at 19. It happened before. So everybody that bought on the dip are doing really well right now.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Super dope, man. All right, brother, man. Well, we appreciate you for jumping on, brother. You're always welcome to come through, man. Your family here, brother.
For real,
so
bro.
we're gonna get you officially on for a straight interview as well, man. I hope you're down for that, bro.
Eat the plug.
There
you go.
Nah, man, I'm just out here trying to get it like you guys, man.
We love you. Hey, we love you, bro. Why don't you share any links or where they can find you? Because you're definitely a resourceful man that artists should be connecting with.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna hit you up for some cryptocurrency on the low.
Facts,
on the low. Discount.
Facts.
Yeah. So you can reach me at dnicebydesign.com. That's my little creative agency that just started up this year.
Super fire videos, by the way. Super fire.
Thank you. So I'm doing like an artist stimulus package where you get a music video, a photo package, and also a small little mini rollout for $475. It would be great if y'all could just come through, tap in, check out my Instagram, dnicexdesign.
You said $475 for a stimulus package? Oh, hear about that? That's low.
Facts.
That's low.
Go get it.
And it's made sure I'm glad that you clarified that because they'll be like, "Yo, D Nice is giving out stimulus packages. Yo, Trump is over here tripping, and I could just hit up D Nice for a stimulus."
Let him drop the links, man. Let him drop. Go ahead, brother.
Well, this is all about helping out the indie artists, and we really want to see them win because this is the right time. 2021 is going to be a really good year for music. A lot of people are working on a lot of things, so just invest in taking that extra step into just promoting it in the right way and doing it, for a couple of bucks. You know what I mean?
Dope, man.
We'll put your link in the comments too. We'll pin that so that way people can see
I
that
really
as well.
appreciate that, bro.
All right, brother, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you, man.
Really
Grace and peace, brother.
Be easy, bro.
Looking out.
Peace.
Later. Super dope, man. Another random one. Shout out to brother.
Super dope, man.
That's what's up.
So he came through and helped us with our segment and
Hey, man.
saved the day.
He came through and
came through and was like, "Yo, let me hop on it."
I didn't appreciate that he had to show that we were all over the place. I ain't like that. He said, "Y'all was just talking about nothing." He's like, I hopped on and y'all saw y'all was just absolutely butchering.
That's the band, by the way.
Explain Bitcoin.
Forgot to throw it up there.
About all different music genres.
For real.
Speaking of artists giving tips, man, let's did you see the SO artist tip? Hey, has he been doing this? Do you know?
I did.
This is the first time I've seen this.
I did catch that, and it was.
Let's throw it up, Kev. You careful.
Artists trying to get more streams. Listen up. We all know that 1 million streams is this in a day, which is about this in a month, and this is how much you make in a year. You can't live it for $4,000. You need to 10x that. So you do 10 million streams. This is how many streams that is in a day. This is how many streams that is in a month. Well, you ask yourself, how can I make 10 million streams, SO? If you had 20 songs doing this in a day,
1,400.
you would make this
40,000
a year. So the answer to your question, my friend, is
catalog. Did I say
Catalog.
Right? Catalog.
Mic drop.
And then mic drop.
And he can't even
So if you
hear
have
him.
20 songs streaming at 1,400 times a day, you'll make 40,000 a year.
Yep.
Wow.
I like the figures.
So
But is it probable?
to reach 40,000?
Let's talk.
20 songs streaming at 1,400 a day.
Is it probable though?
Can you do it?
That's
Is
tough,
that
man.
is he saying
You put in
20
that work.
is he saying 20 songs each, 20 every single song needs to play
Okay.
1,400 times a day.
Yes.
Every day.
All right.
For a full year.
Yep.
To get 40,
make 40
to
grand.
get 40 grand.
I mean, that's you putting in work.
You gotta get on that program with the bots. You know, that
you putting in work.
Man. Yo, create your own cryptocurrency.
Yes.
At that point, it's like, yo, streaming is like, dude, that game is like, you got, at this point, literally, you have to plan for the viral.
Yes.
Like artists are literally have to compete each other for that viral moment for their songs. I mean, unless, you know, SO, obviously, you know, he's talking from experience as a successful hip hop artist. You know what I mean? Like,
with
you know,
platform.
Yeah, you're aware of SO. You know, Lamp Mode, he's still with Lamp Mode, right?
I believe
he's still with Lamp Mode.
Okay.
Still doing his thing, still releasing records, still, you know, he was killing it when before the pandemic, and he was touring and everything. And I've seen him live personally, and this dude will just get you, like, you try to save face in the back. Yeah. You know, you try to be in the background, just like hands folded, like, get on guard. Nah, not even that. Like, you actually, like, hold up, you stop bobbing. You're like, yo, this dude really got this crowd. Like, yo, oh shoot, dude's killing. Go ahead, Gil, my bad.
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, the way he performs also is something I've never seen either.
In which way?
Because he doesn't just go up there like he controls his own show. Okay. So, and I'm gonna tell you how. Typically, if you are performing at a venue, you go up, you give your music, whether it's a USB or a CD, back in, you know, old people times, yeah, CDs, or USB or something like that. You know, the DJ loads it up, and then when you go up there, you tell him what songs to play, and he cues it up, and bam, bam, bam.
Boom, boom, boom.
This
bam, bam.
dude goes up with his own laptop and literally basically DJs his own show. So he connects his laptop to the sound system. DJ, you can go sit down.
Yeah.
And he's
a one-man show.
He DJs his own show,
he's
bro.
a really good performer.
I've never seen that.
Obviously, he's a fire artist. You know, he does his thing. And he has a little, you know, where he comes from, you know, sets him apart. You know what I mean? Like, so he's not really, just because he's from UK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's out. You know, he's from out there. So, you know, he has a very unique style, a very unique sound. It's not. It stands apart.
Right.
And he holds it down, and the dude can perform and do his thing. So when
he came in that hoverboard.
When you're talking about that
was hilarious.
When you're talking about somebody who has not just a big catalog, but consistency, like he's consistent fire,
and it has to be fire.
That's the thing. Like when you come when it's coming from his perspective, it's like, okay, on where you at,
right.
But for the rest of everybody else who's trying to get to that point, it's like
it's no joke.
It's like, dude, like that's an unrealistic goal for some. A lot, you know, real talk, a lot. But not everybody can win like that.
But that's why he ended the video with saying the word catalog, because
catalog is
when
key.
You catalog, it's not something that has to be done at a specific time. So that could take you.
I was gonna say, let's
if you're a person that grinds and
really
has.
Mean? Catalog.
So having a bunch of songs, you know,
music,
that you've done, you know,
so music.
How many albums you got, singles. So that's your catalog. You know what I mean? So when I go on your Spotify profile, boom, I'm gonna see you got 15 albums or 5 albums or whatever it is. So he's like, that's what he's saying. Build up that catalog.
Right.
So at least, at bare minimum, out of your whole catalog, you got 20 songs that stream about 1,400 times a day, which sounds crazy, but if you have a big enough catalog and you have good enough music, like someone like in his caliber, then you can make $40,000 a year.
Jimmy goes, possible. That's like 30 listeners in every state daily. You know, it's not that
it's not impossible.
It's not that it's impossible, but is that a realistic goal for you to recoup what you invested in?
I would say,
like, would you play the streaming game?
I would say this. It's not that it's realistic or unrealistic. What I would say is that don't bank on advice to be right away. You know, because he said it like you could do this tomorrow.
Right.
Like, bro, you could just get these 20 songs, get them to stream 1,400 times, and you good money. Like, no, this is something that's a journey.
That takes time.
Even SO, like he's been doing this for a long time.
He built his catalog.
Yeah, he has a catalog.
Right.
So someone like him,
that's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you, invent something super genius that nobody else invented. millionaire.
For real.
Like, wait a minute.
Yo, I got you.
What?
Gents, make yourself a version of an iPhone,
money,
and you rich. It's like, okay. Huh?
Get you. Yeah,
create a cell phone operating system. You'll be rich.
Done.
But mic drop.
Mic drop.
Yo, that should be the name of the show. Mic drop.
Mic drop. No doubt.
Mic drop.
I feel him. I see where he's coming from, but he's on a different level. And other
he's
people
a
out
different
there,
it's a different level. Maybe that advice was for like artists.
That's good motivation.
That were on that level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That. Honestly, that's what's sad is that new artists may take that as like, I could make $40,000 a year. I just need 20 bangers.
That's it.
It's not that easy, bro.
The temptation will be to drop because you can drop money now to get listens and all that kind of stuff.
Whatever.
I mean, people ain't as smart, and people who actually do this, like drop money on the regular playing this game, because they could track all the listeners. So then you see, like, hold up a second, 20,000 listeners in the state of Missouri. Like, what's that?
That's a lot.
What happened?
That's
here?
a lot from Missouri.
Like all using the same IP address. Was it?
Isn't
that the same computer?
He's using their robots.
And they catch up with that too, man. Like I'm sure there's people that get flagged for that, or you can risk getting your Spotify taken down, and there goes your whole catalog there. You got to restart from scratch. I don't even know what that process looks like. So don't even get tempted in that game.
And there's a lot of people who will take your money, but honestly, just so you know, it's not wise.
All right, so what's the takeaway with what he's saying? He's right. For the streaming game, the numbers are facts.
Yep.
The numbers are facts.
He didn't lie.
Those are factual.
Just artists, if you're new and you're listening to this, it's not that easy.
So I think like for up and coming. That's what I'm saying.
New artists, you hear this and you're like, I just need 20 bangers and I'll make $40,000. It's like
how hard it is
that easy,
for
bro.
even the top level artists to create bangers. We just heard about Chance the Rapper. What happened with his album? Let's go there. What happened with Chance the Rapper's album? I'm not trying to hate.
No, full respect.
Full
respect. Like the dude literally changed the game. He changed the game. And if you don't know much about Chance the Rapper, we're not praising him. We're not, asking you to check out his works or whatever. But we're just saying the strategy that he applied to make himself a world-renowned artist.
Matter of fact, tell the story, bro.
So not
the
story is
not the behind the scenes.
No. We'll be respectful.
Keep that respectful.
Honestly, this is an ongoing investigation too. So we can't really say any definites because nobody knows for sure.
We're actually an industry plant. No. No, but we already got the bag. No,
no, we don't.
We just been playing the whole time. No.
I got a bag right here.
Yeah, you got the bag. I got my work bag.
It's filled with my uniform
slave bag right here.
My boots. My bootstraps.
I got the sweat of my brow bag.
They'd be like, "Oh, he bootstraps." No, it's my literal boots.
I see him one day with bag. No, I'm just kidding. No. It would have been any of us, right? Like,
but honestly, though, like. He changed the game. How did he change the game? Is that he didn't follow the normal procedure for artists, which is create music, look for a label, get signed, and the story goes on. He created his own lane, created a hat that made millions. He created an album by himself.
He got most of his money from
funding.
Merch.
And most of the money that he used for funding was from his hat.
Millions came from his hat.
You know the 3 hat?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where he made his bread.
And even from that,
that's where he made his bread.
I heard him in an interview that he actually wanted to partner with an NFL team because he loved this team.
He was innovative.
The team said no. He wanted to sponsor, be a sponsor for this hat,
right?
And make it maybe like personalize it with like something of his. But it was a team, and they said no. So that prompted him to create his own hat, and that's where you get the 3. Right. And he made. I know for a fact that NFL team right now is like, dang it!
We should have jumped.
We should have just did it.
Well, at the same time, it's kind of chump change compared to what they got. The money they see.
But think about it. If he did that by himself, imagine if he partnered with NFL. And they pushed it.
True.
He did that by himself.
True.
He made millions. He would have just by himself. If the NFL team was like, "Yo, we're gonna put you on the NFL billboard,"
so there's a story leading up to this.
So we're leading up because he made all that money for that, his music, touring, all this stuff. So it comes out, and it actually turns out that this is old, but I'll get to that in a second. It came through Billboard, did an article on it, a bunch of platforms, music platforms, that his manager is suing him for millions because
$3 million lawsuit,
and he's basically wanting commission from all the money
since like 2012,
from all the monies that
all the profits that he made from 2012,
from tours to the Netflix deal he did, everything.
This is his manager.
Yeah,
former.
So they,
manager.
he was let go, and so I guess.
But he helped him. He helped him. There's evidence there that he helped him climb to success. Yeah.
Now there's
a lot of conflict with that. We know some boxers that went through that.
We don't know. We don't know 100%. So I can't speak on the legitimacy of all of it because they wrote about it, but they're not involved in the investigations. They're not in the legal team, so they don't really know everything. Right. They can only know the bits and pieces that they've received. Yeah. So, the rumors are that there's no contract, so he's basically going off the strength like, I was there, I did it, and so it's like, how can you prove that you helped when there's no paperwork to back it?
How was the lawsuit? I'm sorry, man.
How old?
Yeah.
It says that from the beginning of this year.
Oh,
that
so
was already in play.
So it's not.
And now we're at the end of this year, and now we're hearing about it.
We're hearing about it because he just dropped an album.
Yes.
He wants a piece of that pie.
Album didn't do well.
The album didn't do well.
And there's rumors that, his manager advised him not to release it. He released it, and it didn't do well. So there's a lot of rumors, and that's basically why I'm saying it, because unless you're in the legal team, unless you were part of his camp, you don't know for sure.
D-Nice.
Exactly what's going on. I have been a part of some groups and listening to behind the scenes of, what's going on in his camp. And I will say that from reliable testimonies that there is no real bad blood. So what you're seeing and reading, it's media trying to fluff it up and make it like there's this big drama, but they're close, they're very, very close. So, out of respect, I don't think that it's as big as the way they're trying to make it seem. But part of that, I believe, is because of who he is. He's a person who made it without the industry. So he's a target. Of course. So any mistakes or any, drama, they're going to put it out there like, you see, this is what happens. Right. You look, you ain't, just because you do it on your own doesn't mean you can't get into legal trouble. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just weird that all of a sudden they're putting this out, and it happened a year ago, and now they're releasing it now. So
again, because it's
around his album,
it's
so now they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's because of his album flop.
D-Nice says they didn't honor the 3-year sunset clause, but it was word of mouth, unfortunately.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
There's another mistake.
Yeah.
Or is he saying that they didn't honor it? Is word of mouth? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, because that's the rumor, is that it was kind of like a handshake deal.
I got you. Okay.
But from being behind the scenes and listening to different professionals in this industry, I come to find out that it's actually normal practice. That there's a lot of big name artists right now that have a handshake deal
agreement like that
with their manager. Right. And I heard different perspectives from different managers from like these, big names. And it's interesting to hear that it's basically a kind of like a discretional thing. Like, you kind of, based off the relationship, based off of how much work are you putting in. Like, if you're someone that's nobody, like you don't have no kind of name, and now this person is putting in work from day one all the way to you becoming huge, they might look into a contract. Rather, someone who already got a name, they're like, all right, shoot, I'll represent you, sure. And if they decide like, look, I think we should part ways, they're like, I'm not going to go into legal stuff with you. Like, go, goodbye. And they'll rip the contract. And I've heard several different well-known managers say it. Like, yeah, I'm not going to go into a legal battle. If you want to go, peace.
Yeah.
Deuces. I'm not going to fight
not
for,
me.
Especially if it's dealings that happen after the relationship too. If they broke off and now he's getting a Nike deal, some managers might be like, you got that Nike deal because of me.
Right.
I want that. Like, I got you that name that got you the Nike deal.
Facts.
So therefore, I want some of that too.
So some takeaways with this. Let's go to Chance the Rapper, how he got successful. There was 2 books that he read, and from those 2 books is where he started practicing. Those 2 books were what?
Everything you need to know about the music business.
Okay. There's a gem.
And music.
Go cop it. I got it.
The other one was
Music for Dummies.
Music
business for dummies.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it just
super dope.
At least
get yourself educated.
Just those 2
Number
books
1
will help you and
know the system.
And how it helped is because he was able to go into these rooms and negotiate.
Maneuver.
You could tell we read them.
He negotiated.
We're practicing.
We read the cover. We read the cover.
We read them
and
front
the back.
to back. Like
and by front to back is the cover and the back.
In the back, we're just like that.
We're like everything you need to know about the music business.
How do we get the book for dummies and we read the cliff notes off the book for dummies? Like that's the worst thing you can do.
Wow, you can learn how to read contracts. You can learn how to. Great book.
Do you know what you're doing? Yes, I've read the cliff notes.
I read the cliff. I read
How
who
to for
folded
dummies.
it.
I got this.
I got this. I saw a YouTube video.
Russell Simmons, he folded it.
First thing, invest in yourself, get educated. Those are the 2 books. So those are some gems
educated.
Right there. Second thing is contracts, man. It seems like it's something that keeps coming around.
Yeah.
Even as Christians, obviously, you know, we're devoted to the Christian creative. Even as Christians, you can't just take, let your yes be yes, your no be your no. Right. Like you need to have some written agreements, and the reason why the written agreements are there is so that way you have something to reflect on to see whether somebody has violated the agreement or not. It's to protect both of you guys and to clearly, draw out what your expectations are. What do I expect for the work that I put in? And that's all it is, man. I know it gets uncomfortable, and you're like,
honestly, I feel like
it's for people who don't trust each other. No, it's not. It's for clarity. Yeah, right. To be clear on the agreement. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, what I was gonna say is like honestly, I feel like contracts are more than just saving yourself, but it can actually save a relationship too.
Facts.
Because imagine like you go through all this time with all this work, and all you did was a handshake. Then things go bad. You haven't been paid yet. Now you're like, yo, I'm owed this. And now he's like, well, I don't got that, or I don't want to pay you that, or, I don't think it's worth what you're saying. Like, I think it's worth this. So it's like, it's on paper.
A whole lot of disagreement.
That's what I'm saying. You can, it's hearsay. Right. I could say my time was worth $2 million. Yeah. You could be like, I see you did put in a lot of work, but I see it as $1 million. Right. Off of everything that you've done. That's what I put on it. So you have it on writing from Git. Yeah. There's no arguing. Right. The court is going to be like, look, bro, you signed the contract. You signed the contract. Fact. It says you get 20% of everything your client makes. Sorry.
Yeah.
He gets 20%. Fact. But now you're going in there like, I said 20.
I said what I said.
Nice and like I said, I'm not saying this is what's going on with the Chance Rapper. I'm just saying that this is
you're spilling the beans.
This is possible.
Spilling the tea.
This is possible.
Spilling the tea.
This is possible, segment. And it could happen with
spilling the beans.
This is the gossip segment of Christian hip hop podcast.
You know what I'm saying? But it could happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. You want to protect yourself and make sure that your standards, I'm waiting. Your value, like everything that you bring to the table.
As the host here. I'm like,
what's going on?
I'm losing it.
No. I mean, I'm finishing up.
Go finish it up.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hurry
like,
up.
just protect.
Just get to the point.
I'm just kidding, bro. Go. Go, brother. Go.
It's all right, man.
Go, brother. Go.
No. Go, brother. Go.
Go ahead, man. No, go ahead, man. No, finish up.
My picture is fading.
It's not only to go ahead.
Just protect yourself.
Like pixelated.
Protect yourself.
I hate that, bro. I didn't mean to intervene like that. D-Nice also recommends another book, The New Music Business by Ari Hurston. I believe that's the name.
Dope.
Ari.
Appreciate you, bro.
So that's a gem there too as well.
Does it has a chapter on cryptocurrency?
But Gil's right, man. Look into protecting yourself, look into protecting one another, look into clarifying the terms and conditions so that way everybody's in agreement fully, all the way through. Even as you go along, there shouldn't be reasons why you can't be like, yo, hold on, can we change this or whatever? And then make sure actually take the time, get professionals to look at it as well, get wise counsel. Like go ask around. Don't
Even
just,
if you do read
don't
the
just
two
copy
books,
and paste the template.
You should definitely still get advice.
Ooh,
like
what you doing there?
Facts. So, and then the other thing is don't think that you got this figured out because we got Chance the Rapper who's been hitting, and now he invests in this album and he drops it. And according to what the music industry is saying, that it was a flop in comparison with the momentum that he had previously. So. I'm pretty sure it's not a flop compared to anything that we released, but
I think he'll
it's
be
like, oh man, we made it, like
like he only made $1 million. That's a flop.
Yo, he's like,
look at my catalog.
I could take $1 million.
Mic drop and just walk away.
Mic drop. Boom.
Yo,
just walk into an executive room. Yo, check out my catalog.
You think my catalog?
You think Dwayne Johnson messes around with his contracts?
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Man, this dude be taking Instagram photos of him sitting with contracts.
And he ain't dropping a microphone. He's dropping a straight 50-pound dumbbell.
Yo, facts.
Pick that up.
We got Dwayne Johnson reportedly wants more money than Vin Diesel for Hobbs and Shaw 2.
Yo, but he's making money
you think
like
this
that.
Is greedy,
though.
Or you think this is smart business?
No, you paying him for the money that he brings
like,
into the back to the box office.
He knows what he's worth.
I'm gonna keep this.
It's just a fact.
I'm gonna keep this going.
I'm gonna keep this alive. I'm gonna keep
this thing alive. How many we got now? Like 10?
You don't think Vin Diesel can hold it down on his own? He just brought in what's his name in the next one.
I'm not saying he can't.
You think that was a little jab? You think that was a little jab?
Vin Diesel ain't gonna have his own little segue.
He did. Shaw and Hobb.
No, that's not Vin Diesel.
No?
Oh, okay. You
That's
mean like
Dwayne and
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you.
What's
Kevin
his
Hart.
face?
What do you mean his own little segue? What do you mean?
It wasn't Kevin Hart. Jason Statham.
You messing me all up. You messing me.
I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, hold up there.
Is Hobbs and Shaw really about?
Where did Pablo come from? He done messing me up, man.
I said patron.
Oh, you don't think Vin Diesel can hold it? He just brought in what's his name for the next one? The other wrestler. What's his name, man? The other dude.
All I'm
the other
saying,
wrestler.
look.
What's his name? You know him.
Look, I'm gonna say.
Come on, Jimmy, you know this.
2 words. I'm gonna say
Jimmy,
2 words
go ahead.
on why he can't make it on his own.
Tell him.
Pitch Black.
Oh,
what about it? Was a
He tried
bad
to go
movie,
on his
bro.
own.
It was just a
He
bad
went
movie.
off of Pitch Black and did his own thing. And guess what? It was a big grande. So if he with the Riddick, and then he did a Riddick 2.
Yeah.
And then he did a Riddick Boat. No, I'm just kidding. No, he tried, but it just didn't work. It didn't work. So they've already tried it with Hobbs and Shaw, and Hobbs and Shaw did pretty good. He did his own thing. It did pretty good. You know what I'm
John
saying?
Cena.
Thank you, man.
That's the new one. That's the
Where
new
is this homeboy? John Cena.
He's supposed to be like his brother in this one or something like that.
Yeah, you think that's a jab to the Rock? You think that's
100%.
like a?
This dude was like,
yo, we don't
outta
need
here.
you. Like,
What do you mean it's a jab? Why would you say it's a jab?
Because they had a little beef before, like, and now here he is, like, yo, give me more money than Vin. I don't know if he's actually saying it like that.
He X'd them out.
No, I think he asked for the amount, and then they were like, "Wait a minute, that's
This
more
is
than
way
Vin."
more than the guy who created this whole thing. Like,
Hey, we'll just bring in
Yeah, but
John
that's the
Cena.
thing.
you know what? Bring in John Cena.
But see, we're looking at it now like Tyrese.
Okay.
Tyrese was like, "Oh, you wasn't here from the
Bring in the
beginning. You're not part of
reinforcements.
the family." But we're not. What this whole thing comes down to is about money, and it's about star power and how much you're going to bring attention to the brand.
Realistically, yeah.
It's no different than getting a brand deal with Michael Jordan versus, I don't know,
Know your worth.
some
Know
Joe
your
Schmo.
worth.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like you're gonna go with the guy that's gonna bring you
Know your
more
worth.
money. And right now, The Rock is on fire. The Rock is on fire.
He is. He knows his worth, man.
Dude
He's out there.
he's about to kill it with Marvel now with the whole DC deal that he got with Shazam.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He's killing it.
Yeah, he made $87.5 million.
He's the highest paid actor.
Highest last year alone.
He is the highest.
87.5 million last year alone. Highest paid actor in Hollywood.
In one of those Marvel films?
No. Well, he plays Groot. He plays Groot.
That's what I'm saying.
Vin got stripes, man. He's in Marvel.
His voice is in the movie. And he says one word.
How much work he put in?
One sentence. I am Groot.
That was some work, bro. What? That was some work.
That's it. The thing is, they only had to record him one time.
All right, what's our takeaway from that? Know your worth.
Know your
worth. Stand on your worth. And then also you got to be fair, with the balances, right? I'm in Leviticus right now, and I'm reading about how God himself is the one who designed the order and set the laws. We weren't even capable on our own to even set up fair laws. Like God was like, let me set this whole thing up for you. Let me show you how to honor me. Let me show you what you got to do to worship me. This is how God, the creator, told us how to worship him. We didn't even know how to worship our creator.
Right. Because think about it.
You know what
even
I'm saying?
now, and I'm pretty sure,
like, how we do this?
I'm pretty sure there's people right now.
What we doing?
That when I say this,
don't you touch that ark.
When I say this, people are gonna resonate with this.
Happens when you do.
Because we all do it.
Facts, bro. Go ahead.
Tell me how many times you go to prayer and it's all me. It's all
how many times you go to prayer and it's no,
or you say fall asleep.
And you wake up like, oh shit,
like,
what?
Lord, I've been struggling with.
How many times you go through your prayer and all of a sudden you're somehow on your grocery list? Like, how did you go from, and then you're like, wait, I need beans, I need rice, mayo, what just? How am I reciting my grocery list?
Man, I really
this is messed up.
Nah, for real though. So that's the thing. God had to show us how to pray.
Facts.
Because our crazy, spastic, sinful minds, we probably are not going to ever pray correctly.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And that's why the hallowed be thy name, had to be put in place.
Yeah, that's skeleton facts.
Right. So know your worth and be fair. Do you think like knowing your worth, it's not, when you're asking, so let's take, for example, a pastor that travels and he gets paid to travel from church to church. Yeah. Some of these pastors that are well known and have a lot of demand, what they ask for is like, you might, for someone like us, and we don't know what happens behind the scenes, we're like, yo, you get that? And some people might have an offense to that. Like, yo, this dude's like a business. Like this, I thought this is ministry. This is, no, the pastor knows his worth.
Right.
Yep.
The pastor knows his worth.
What happens if he comes in and he's like, yo, I'm a small time pastor from a small town, and I'm sharing the word just like this man sharing the word.
Facts. And what does the Bible say about that?
What?
Show no partiality.
Right, there you go.
Don't bring the rich man to the front. Don't put the poor man in the back.
There you
go. There's a mature way to know your worth and be fair with.
Okay.
That takes wisdom, I guess. Again, wise counsel. Again, looking at your circumstances, looking at your family, accounting the costs before you make a decision. What is it really what is this commitment gonna take when you fly me from my home so I can come to your church and give you this sermon? What's this commitment gonna take? How long is this gonna be? And then you count the costs and you have a fair, you know your worth and you count the costs.
But on the flip side too, like I understand how it can be perceived.
Know your worth, King.
It can be but I can understand how it could be perceived the opposite end. Like, dag, man, like how much praise are we giving these pastors by paying them crazy money
and queens? Let me respect.
Like how much is some of this like bad? Because just like you said, if somebody who is not a big well name, but can preach just as good, maybe even better, they're not gonna get that same price tag. And now you question, why is that? And then the only thing that makes sense is like, well,
partiality.
This person is going to bring more people and we can charge for them to come to this conference or whatever.
Okay, now you talking some. Go ahead.
But now you're like, Dag, so that means all these people are paying like $50, $100, whatever.
Their favorite pastor.
To see their favorite pastor. So that's my point. It's like there's a line where you're like, yo, how much of this is kind of like,
hold on,
we're kind of like looking at this pastor a little too highly, that we're spending $100, $50, and I get it. They need to get their wages because they're laboring to create the sermon. They are leaving their families. They're leaving sometimes their congregation to come preach at this event or church or whatever. So I get all that, but my question is for us to be careful is how we pay this one pastor, You know, for an example, 5 stacks.
Okay.
And
caution on
this
partiality.
pastor,
Facts.
You know, 2
caution
stacks.
on partiality.
Right. And it's like, well, it's because this guy draws a crowd. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
When did it become about drawing a crowd?
Right.
Facts. I thought it was about preaching the word of God.
Right.
So in some crowds, some would say, I think naming a price is a little ungodly. I'd rather just, all right, if I'm going to come to this church and you give me what you can.
Yeah.
But then I get the other side where they're like, look,
I got a family.
I
got mouths to feed.
And my sermons are not 2 seconds.
And
I do heavy study.
I'm at my church. I'm serving at my church. You know,
so it's a tough, man, that's a tough subject.
No, go ahead.
It's a tough subject.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kill it. Go ahead.
Kill it, please. Because I have no idea what I'm going to say.
Go ahead, kill it.
Nah, you go ahead.
He said, no, you say something smart because I'm dumb.
Come on now.
Go ahead, Pablo. Go ahead.
What I want to say is that there should be no partiality when it comes down to preaching the word. You know, come in, know who you representing. You know, this is for him. Everybody's on equal ground. You can't put one man above the other. That's what it is. Hey, just preaching just like anybody else.
Yo, and for the fans, go ahead, type in like, what do you guys think regarding paying pastors in general, and how, you know, paying them like sometimes astronomical prices for them to come down, and even for artists too. We could even open this up for musicians.
Oh yeah,
because
you
know,
same thing.
Go ahead and contact Reach Records and try to get Lecrae or Andy Mineo to your church, and watch that whopping price you're gonna get. It ain't gonna be $200. I'll tell you that right now.
Yo, I so badly want to jump into our next subject, but we are out of time. So
dang, we are.
Yeah, straight up. So hopefully you guys, you know, had a blessed time, man. It was dope to have Justin on with us. For next week, and I'm sorry, man, I should have said this earlier during the show, but we have a system right now that's multi-streaming to other Facebook platforms. That unfortunately we cannot see the analytics for using the system that we use to track all the comments and stuff. So if you guys can do me a favor that are watching on Facebook, if you guys can jump into the YouTube and be sure to like and subscribe there. Hit the bell there. If you guys are, you know, loving the show and appreciating what we give to you, and you want to, you know, see more and build with us, continue to build with us, be sure to do that, because then that's a sure way for us to see those comments. Plus, at the same time, you know, being transparent, we're trying to build out that YouTube as well. We're working on some stuff for coming into next year. Flexing our creative side, man. I'm excited about it. Man, getting back with the camera, getting back with the music, getting back with that, you know, with our first love, you know what I mean? And I feel like we, you know, came to this groove, man. We came to this groove where we're satisfied where we are, man, and we're gonna keep the momentum going as is and continue to build off of that. And we're excited about that. So until next week, grace and peace. We love y'all. Hope you guys had a blessed time. We'll check y'all
Muchas
later.
Gracias.
Actually, we're going to jump into our featured track and then close out from there. So here's Wande. What song is it? Because there's a few that I wanted to play. I'm going to make sure. Last. Off of
the track is
EP.
called Last.
Yep, the track is called Last off of EP, The Decision. Here we go. Grace and peace, y'all. We love you.
I want this feeling to last. Yeah, live it up like it's my last. I cannot give you no sorries. Living for something beyond me. I put my foot on the gas. Yeah, cause I want this feeling to last. Live it up like it's my last. This was written way before me. I'm just living out his story. Even gotta ask, no. I want this feeling to last. Now you got me feeling alive, all the fears and the vibes in my soul, no, don't go away. I need you to come, take control. Won't you come, take a hold, cause the world is gonna fade away. I need you in my life. No, sometimes I play, but I cannot miss out on my savior. You are my blessing, you by my side, that's some flexing. Oh yeah, we've been through some messes, taught me some lessons. Sometimes I need that correction, worth more to me than possessions. Yo, cause being in the world, it can really change you, play you. Got you switching on the one who made you. I wanna live unashamed for the one that surpasses everlasting. I pray the passion never lacking. I want this feeling to last. yeah. Live it up like it's my last. I cannot give you no sorries. Living for something beyond me. I put my foot on the gas. Cause I want this feeling to last. Yeah, yeah. Live it up like it's my last. Yeah, yeah. This was written way before me. I'm just living out his story. You ain't even gotta ask. No. Cause I want this feeling to last. Leaving it all in the past. This was written way before me. I'm just living out his story. You ain't even gotta ask. No. I want this feeling to last. Yeah, it's better up on this side. Team savior, you never see me switch sides. Dang, I'm back at 09. Posture tripping, had to follow God in my own time. Yeah, I saw the vision, and by the vision, I made a decision. Follow Jesus regardless of a civilian opinion. Devil thought he had a hold on me, but I told him think again, got the Lord's on me. New lanes came up, been soaring. New rain came down, been pouring on me. What an honor, such a crazy feeling. I ain't talking about no, no. Now I'm talking about my king, my father. When he hit the scene, everything go farther. Time ticking fast, only real one's gon' last. Hey. When he come down on the scene, everyone gon' say halle. When he come down, everything what you know you can't take. Oh na na na, come guide my life. With you I rise, I come alive. Oh, I want this feeling to last. Yeah, yeah, live it up like it's my last. I give you no sorries. Living for something beyond me. I put my foot on the gas. Yeah. Cause I want this feeling to last. Yeah, yeah. Live it up like it's my last. Yeah. This was written way before me. I'm just living out his story. You ain't even gotta ask. Nah. I want this feeling to last. Leaving it all in the past.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.